very excited to be here on with everyone tonight. And I think I've met everyone for the most part, but if you're new, my name's Cheryl Cortese. I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company, and have been here for 33 years now, and the adventure only gets better all the time. So, it's quite an experience. And as you've heard all of these stories tonight, it's so worth every minute of what we do. Also, one of the things I enjoyed is that, and this happens every time, and it happens really in most every event that I'm part of and have been part of for all these years, is you glean that one little thing from somebody, that little extra something that's going to enhance your business. I take notes every time, okay? As I listen to some of the folks tonight, Melissa, with, your genes fill the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. I mean, boy, that encapsulates it. And I loved, I think it was Ruth that said there has to be one miracle left for me in heaven. And her ending with, one team, one mission, no competition. I mean, it is a beautiful experience that we all have together, and we're blessed for it. So tonight, what we wanted to do is I'm going to interview Loren Lohav. Loren is, I think, been with us, she'll tell us, I think it's 13, 14 years now. But she and I started up together, worked together to help grow her business. And we're just going to look at, again, maybe some of those tips that we all kind of leave clues for each other, you might say. Success leaves clues. As I listened to you all tonight, and, as I said, I loved it because I'm always trying to listen for those things that make a difference. When my business, as I began to grow it up, one of the things that I was passionate about was listening and going to hear, national marketing directors or people growing up in our business, and how did they use their verbiage? What was the transition statements from, say, product to business? How did they go about designing their day? What did their activity look like? What felt like it fit me that I could implement in my own day and in my own business. One of the things that I think is very clear for all of us, you can't really be anyone else. I couldn't be my sponsor, Jeff Roberti. I couldn't be anyone else, but I could take those things that fit and utilize them to really reach for the very best part of myself as I begin to develop my business. And I still do that today. And I think that as we evolve as a company, and we're always in evolution, that, we'll continue to learn from one another. And I think it takes the mix of everyone, from the youngest to, as we heard Sally say tonight, her dad became a national marketing director at 94. I was actually there. And had helped with I think the speech for the national marketing director position with him. And so, it is something that invites the world to participate. And I love that as well. So Loren, do I have you with me? Loren?
I am
there
here.
she is. Okay. And so Loren, just kind of introduce yourself. And I think most people know you too, but tell a little background of how long and why Juice Plus, and then let's talk about your business, how it grew up, and some of the things that we can share with people. Okay.
Well, first of all, thank you. How many of you wish you had tons of people on the line for that first part? It's pretty divine, Cheryl. You might not even know this. It's pretty divine that you asked me to be on this particular call, because my dad loved this company. I remember back in 1989 when, and I have my journal, you guys, from 1990, and somebody came and shared a water filter with me. And I went to a conference, and I didn't know that there was a business behind it, but I showed up at Memphis. I thought I was going to a party, and I ended up sitting in and, going to this event. But my dad loved this company so very much. He was an optometrist for 52 years. And I said no. I didn't do anything for 17 years. But my dad really wanted to be a national marketing director with this company. But he was so busy with his being an optometrist, he just didn't have the time that he to even build a business. But I will tell you, Sally, that was probably when your dad, you know, got on stage as an NMD, that was probably one of the most powerful things for me ever in my life, because I just saw my dad up there. It almost felt like that it was like my dad, it could have been my dad. And I just want everybody to really think about, and Cheryl knows this, who do you know, who do you love, and who do you care about? And it's really important for us to think that way right now, because people are in a lot of pain. So once again, I went, as somebody shared a water filter with me in 1989. They said they were going to come pick it up a week later. It was called the puppy dog approach. They came a week later. I'm like, no, you're not going to pick this thing up. I want this. And I said, where do I tell everybody to go get this thing? And they said, oh, just send them to them. So I started sending all of these customers to my friend. His name was Steve Sherman. And then they said, there's going to be a big party in Memphis. Do you want to come? And I'm like, sure. And I went to this big party in Memphis, and they said, hey, there's a seminar the next day. Do you want to go? And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was working 4 jobs in Southern California to stay above ground. And I could have used the extra money so that I didn't have to work a job cocktailing or working at the track or doing whatever. And I was like, why didn't you share this business with me? And I think that I am very, just as passionate about the business as I am our amazing products. But I said no, and then I was teaching a health seminar 3 weeks back to back. It was 13 years ago. You are correct, Cheryl. 13 years ago, October. And I loved what I did. I was teaching these health programs, week-long programs, but I had more months at the end of the money. And I was 41 years old. My daughter was 3 months old. My boys were 8 and 11. And I'm like, I am freaking too smart to be so freaking stupid. Like, why don't I felt like I just was never, there was always, even though I was doing, I had a 6-figure income, I never had enough just to be able to do something nice or contribute the way that I wanted to. And the company I was working with, they had a new health product that came out. I asked what I could take because I was nursing. They said I couldn't take any of the products. I said, what could I give my kids? They said I couldn't give it to my kids. And Jeff Roberti overheard me he was at that program, and he said, you can give your kids Juice Plus and you can take Juice Plus. And I was like, oh my God, go away with your fruits and vegetables. I go, I'm a nutritionist. I know, are you kidding me? And so I had a friend who had lupus and nothing was helping her. I see Ro on the line right there. And she's probably a big reason why I'm here today. My friend Amanda, nothing was helping her. And so my phone was ringing as I was talking to Jeff. And he goes, Loren, just come to our conference. Tell Jeff, I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I'm raising my kids. I'm writing my book. I'm working these seminars. And then she called back. And I go, okay, I'm going to go to your seminar. And he goes, what got you to say yes? And I go, look, I'm not going to do this business. I'll send all my customers to you. But if it helps my friend Amanda, then at least it's worth it. And I went to the conference. I said, when is the conference? He goes, it's in 2 days. And I'm like, oh my God, no. And I had every excuse not to go, but I jumped on the plane and I showed up at conference. And the first person I saw speak was Dr. Sears, who I love and adore, always have. And then I saw that Cheryl, I remember being in a van with Jeff and Cheryl, and we drove by St. Jude, and I've donated to St. Jude forever. And I donate 200 of my books every year to St. Jude. And they told me that it was the #1 contributor to that they were the #1 contributors to the St. Jude Marathon. And Bonnie, I'm very inspired by you. All excuses definitely are equal. I'm 80 years old, I'm going to do the marathon. Amazing. But, and then they had research that came out that particular conference. It was on autoimmune disorders, specifically lupus. And then Ro was one of the 3 people that got up and shared her story. And I'm there crying, bawling my eyes out, texting on the front row. And Jeff and Cheryl are like, put your phone down. I'm like, no, I have to text my friend, Amanda, because this is her story. And so Ro, I'm very, very grateful for you. I don't know, I don't know if I would be where I am now without hearing your story. So it means a lot to me. You just never know, like Cheryl said, you never know who that one person is that's going to say that one thing for you that really changes your life. And that was Ro for me. And so that, and I loved, I forgot who shared it, but when someone said that, you know, the mission of our company is not so much to be the best in the world, but to be the best for the world. And that's really why I said yes. I wanted to be a part of a community that, in our company being that of a heart, and I needed a female role model. I needed a woman that I really respected, admired. I had so many male role models in my life, and Cheryl became that person for me. And I wanted a woman who was really in the trenches to, you know, that I could look up to and work with. And so I decided that day, I said, you know, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to really go for it. And I just thought about everybody that I knew, loved, and cared about. And Cheryl said, make a list. I think I had 324 names on that list. She said, you know, do
I
profile.
asked her for 15. Okay. But anyway, go ahead.
You know, I said, just tell me what I need to do. You know, I mean, I think that's the most important thing, you guys, is that don't go recreate the wheel. We have got systems that work. We say concepts are constant, techniques vary. So Cheryl and Jeff were very smart. They gave Cheryl specifically, she gave me 3 simple things to do. To take these profile sheets, take it and do it for 15 people. I ended up doing 52, faxing them into Missy. I said, what else do I need to do? She needs you need to be on these Monday night calls. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then I'm like, okay, what else do I need to do? You need to start doing, you know, take the products. You got to order all the products so that you're a product of the product. I was like, okay, I can do that. And I keep it simple. I don't, you know, recreate the wheel. I do what my upline, I knew that they were successful, and I knew what this could be. So yeah, that's a little bit of my story.
And I think that one of the things I wanted to point out here too is, first of all, you know, she approached with skepticism, and it was the stories of the foundation. That's why something like this, and bringing people to any event, whether it's virtual or when we are live, or, you know, to hear the stories, because it inspires us all over and over again. And but the other thing is that she was very, very teachable. You know, it's very important. Our product line is very, you know, focused. There are not a lot of choices to make. They're all powerful choices. But you need to be, and your new person needs to be on all the products, because people are going to share what they fall in love with. And again, as we listen to the stories tonight, I mean, as I was listening to Sally's husband, I'm like, I got to swallow about 10 more of these right now, okay? Because, you know, obviously it, you know, gave a boost to what was already a good thing. But Loren was very teachable in that when she talks about the profile sheets and the names, it was who she was going to put me in front of to tell the story to. And so, you know, immediately we were on the phone on 3-way calls. And I've realized when someone shows up that is doing all the activity, and the main activity is to put me in front of someone who I will tell, you know, not just product, because product, of course, has to be told, but they want to hear about the business. And Loren had, you know, primed people for that. Well, by the end of the first week after we got back home, I literally got on a plane. She had a 3-month-old baby, as well as her other 2 boys, which were young boys at the time. And I brought somebody with me to help us. And so I just followed her home, because we were going to talk to everybody that we could find everywhere. And I think that was a huge part in that we really moved on this, in that she began her business and she laid a strong foundation, which has served her and her organization, you know, for years now, for the whole 13 years. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody comes out of the box with, you know, tons of people immediately, or maybe I should say large numbers. But it was a very active campaign initially to build as wide as possible. Each one of those people starting with all the products that we have, which at the time would have been fruit, vegetable, berry, complete, and the gummies. And again, we've added Sense Omegas. But, you know, to have that in place, and we were doing that consistently. And then we were also moving into those people's warm market, or the people they knew, and then those people's warm market. So we were securing team quickly. Now, sometimes that happens quickly for people, because of the level of activity and the, you know, just comfort. And when I say comfort, that's the wrong word, trust, and to put me in front of those people to share the story. And then as she heard it, she learned it. And so we did that. Now we see many people in our business who will grow very wide. Our marketing plan pays wide, but you know, they do that consistently over time as well, and they wind up with the same results. So as long as you're really aware that width is very important, but we moved on that right away. And so Loren, you know, what else would you like to add to that, since you were there too?
There's a couple things. Can I just want everybody's permission too to kind of kick you in the butt a little bit. Is that there was urgency for me. You know, I wanted my life to change. Like it was not, I was happily discontent, I guess is what I would say. I was very grateful for what I had in my life, but I also knew that there was more in me. There were more people that I wanted to help. It was like when Melissa was sharing, you know, she said, maybe I can just help one family. And I think that you gotta see this as bigger than just you. You know, I mean, this week, Cheryl, this weekend, Bella and Aurora, who has spinal muscular atrophy, my friend's daughter, my friend was taking her to the hospital every other week. She didn't know if she was going to live or die, you know? And my friend was her husband had passed away suddenly at 36 years old. She had these two little girls. And I'm like, well, what if Juice Plus could just help her, like build a strong foundation for her? And this weekend, she's turning 17 years old. 17 years old, you know? I mean, the chances, it's the number one genetic killer of children under the age of 3. And what if I could just help that? What if this whole thing, you know, about me saying yes to Juice Plus was about, like what Melissa said, of helping that one family, that her daughter can see this 17th, 18th, 19th birthday. And when you can get like your fears, your excuses, your stuff out of the way, I think that's the biggest thing that I would really share with everybody right now. It's really our responsibility to do that. You know, like what if Sally's, you know, dad had said that he was too old to share Juice Plus, you know, or somebody else said, you know, whether it be Bonnie to say, well, I'm not going to do the marathon because I'm 80 years old. I mean, it's all about getting your excuses out of the way and really thinking about who you can help and who you can serve. And I'll tell you right now, I mean, just today, I heard 4 people who they are searching. They're searching for something, you know, people right now, they're looking for something, for a community.
A little frozen.
Community. People are hungry for community. What?
No, I just got a little frozen for a minute. You were saying people are hungry for community.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, oops, where did I go? How important community really is. So I would just say to you, you know, whatever you feel is holding you back right now, this is going to sound so, I'm not going to be so politically correct here, but like, get over it. Because if you've got to think about who are you not reaching because you're letting your fear get in the way. Does that make sense? And I just think that sometimes we just have to know that you just got to go out there and you just got to talk to people. It's like, you know, it's like target practice, you know, get out there and just talk to everybody. Who cares what they think of you or what they say about it? If you're passionate about this and you know the results, you know, it's like having that, you got to have 100% certainty in the product, in the company. I know that you have I know by hearing these stories, you have 100% certainty in the products. You have 100% certainty in the leadership, in the, you know, and in our community. But it's really the only thing that's holding people back is you. It's all between you and you. I can guarantee you the only thing that's holding you back is between you and you. If it's something different, I would love to know. Put it in the chat if you think that there's something else that's holding you back. But I guarantee you, everybody, if you really were to get active in the chat, and I were to say to you, what is it that's holding you back? It's you, right? So, and the other thing is finding a buddy. I think that that's really the magic of this business. I call Cheryl every day. I don't talk to her for 10 minutes. I just send her a text. I tell her what my plans are. Having a strong DMO for yourself, a daily method of operation, and just deciding, that you're going to go out there and you're going to help somebody change your life. And Cheryl always says it, and I'm so grateful to her too. It's like she always says she's glad that Jeff never gave up on a bad day, right? I mean, all of us wouldn't be here if Jeff or Bertie had given up on a bad day. What if Cheryl had given up on a bad day? Then maybe many of us wouldn't be here on this day. I mean, on this call. Or for me, it's Ro. I'm glad that Ro was the one who gave her NMD speech at the conference that I happened to go to, even after saying no for 17 years. So, and I would just say, you're going to have ups and downs. That's just how life is. You're going to have seasons in your business. But when you think of whose life can be transformed, you never know who you can help, right? You might not ever know whose life will be affected because you said yes. So I guess that's what I would share.
Okay. And, when Loren and I were talking today, what did we say we call this tonight is, don't miss the miracle of where we are right now as far as who we are as a company, what we have to offer as a product. Don't miss the magic that's out there waiting for you because, and we really need to be the ones that's spreading a little magic, I guess you would say, for people, because as Loren said, there are a lot of people that are hurting, and we are a very powerful answer. I don't think that's by chance. I think that is, divine design myself. But I think we're in a position where we can really make a difference. And it's very easy right now to get tired, to get lethargic. We've been in for a long time. We're still living a lot of uncertainty and confusion because who knows what, okay, about anything out there in the world of media. But I know this, is that people want to be as healthy as possible. They need that supplemental income. We look at people really, and that will go on for some time. As people really try to pull up from, what this whole thing has dished out, you might say. So I think I've said this often, there are times when people need help and times when, there are people who help. And that's in any really serious situation or crisis. And in this instance, we are the people who can help. And I think it's really important to monitor ourselves and really keep that energy up, whatever that takes. For me, what's always really renewed my energy is the events. This tonight, it's exciting when I hear the stories I hear. I mean, as I said, it's not only the rush of good feeling, but it's almost the tears that, it really touches the heart because everybody identifies with the difficulties in life and they want to get past those. And so to be able to really hold on to that strength and gather that strength that allows you to do that for other people is, I think, just extremely, extremely important. We're really to the end of the time here for this. Loren, anything else you want to share with anyone? Are we good? Or you want to
give them one homework assignment? Can I just give you one homework assignment? All I want you
I got my pen ready. Okay, what is it?
think of one person that you've helped, because you shared, think about what their life is like. Just write down what that person's life is like now because of Juice Plus, whether it's with their health, whether it's somebody who you introduced the business to and what they've been able to create, what they've been able to say yes to, and just journal with gratitude, for that person and for you having what did someone say, the courage and the kindness. I think Melissa's the one who said that, the courage and the kindness that somebody had the courage and the kindness to share Juice Plus with them. I don't know if you remember that when she said that, right? And so I would just say to you, just think of one person and just journal everything that you love about that person, why you're so grateful you had the courage, that 3 seconds of courage, and what their life is like now. And when you do that, you'll be pulled to get up and share Juice Plus every single day and to share this mission with everybody every single day. So.
And that was one of the things I heard from Loren from the very beginning as she started her business was, the list, as the list came out for who do I love and care about? Who do I love and care about? And that has, I think, worked for her beautifully all these years. So I know we're out of time. She had thought about plugging in the what if video and ending with that. If anybody wants to stay on, it would be another, what is it, Loren, 11 minutes?
No, 3 minutes, but I'm not a host. You have to make me a co-host because I can't share it.
Okay, I don't know if I can do that. Let me
Do
see.
you remember how to do that, Cheryl? If you go over to her name on
Okay.
the list of participants and you click on more,
Okay, I've got more.
does it give you an
Oh,
option?
yeah, I made her a host. Look at that.
There you go. You did it. Yay.
Anybody can do this? Okay.
Fine,
So
fine.
there we
Stay.
go. So now she can close with that little video because a lot of the folks she mentioned are in that. Okay.
Okay.
We'll close with that tonight.
6.5 years ago, my friend Jeff Roberti invited me to a Juice Plus conference. He said to me, Loren, just come and see what it's all about. And if you're not interested, you can at least say that you gave it a strong no. What if I had said no to Jeff like I had for 17 years? What if? What if I hadn't called my friend Amanda, who was diagnosed with lupus at 26 years old? What if I hadn't read Mickey's post on Facebook about her taking her daughter Aurora again to the hospital? Aurora has spinal muscular atrophy, the #1 genetic killer of kids under the age of 3. What if I hadn't told Nancy, who had had several miscarriages? What if we hadn't contacted Luke, whose daughter had open heart surgery at the age of 8? What if I hadn't picked up the phone so many times to call the people that I love from around the world and offer them this opportunity to be a part of this business? What if I had decided that, oh, they're going to say no? I just kept asking myself, what if we could work with people that always had our backs and supported us to be successful? What if we could work every day with the people that we love the most, no matter where in the world that they are? What if we had the power to shape our lives and our own destinies and spend more time with our family and friends and make money and have fun doing it? What if we could change people's lives and their health for the better globally? What if we could make that kind of difference? Thank you to all of my incredible team for your hard work over these past 6.5 years and fabulous moments that we've created together. My sideline support and friends, thank you for everything. We will never have to wonder what if, because we do it together every single day with Juice Plus. It's true. The best is yet to come.
I love that little video. And you know, all the children now and that are pretty well grown up. You know how blessed we are.
Except me, I'm not grown up at all.
Okay, we've got one here that says he's not grown up yet, but he's growing pretty fast from what I can tell. But thank you all tonight. It's been great to have everyone on, and we look forward to talking to you next week. And invite your teams. I mean, how blessed we are to have all these wonderful stories to share every Thursday night. And we have a YouTube channel just for this particular event that you can go to and use these clips to share with people as well. So you want to find out how to do that from your upline, or Missy, she can help you do it. She has to help me do it. So, but it's a wonderful way, you know, to share with people. So thank you all so much. Have a really wonderful, blessed evening, weekend, and let's go out there and get them. They need help, and we're the ones that can do it. Thank you, Loren, very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.